Good morning. How are you, dear students?
With you, Mr. Muhammad Awad. Welcome to all of you. First, I would like to thank you for your work and homework yesterday, and now let's take on today's lesson. Today we complete our previous lesson on solving two-step inequalities. Once again, I have to confirm that. Remember, these things do not affect the direction of the inequality. Add or subtract a number from both sides. Multiply or divide both sides by a positive number. But these things do change the direction of the inequality. Less than becomes more than, for example, multiply or divide both sides by a negative number. Swapping left and right hand sides. First for all, let's watch this video, then come back again.
B over 9 is less than 4. First thing I want to do is subtract a 3 to both sides. 3's cancel, and b over 9 is left on the left. It's still less than, and 4 minus 3 is 1. Now if I multiply 9 to both sides, b is now completely by itself. It's still less than, and 1 times 9 is 9. So now let's graph it. So 9 here, 10, 11, 12, and 8, 7, 6. Well, since b is not equal to 9, that means we have an open circle here at 9. b is less than 9, arrow goes to the left, and there we have it. Our graph matches our final answer, b is less than 9. 9 plus n over 2 is greater than 16. First thing I want to do is subtract a 9 to both sides. That gives me an n over 2 by itself on the left, and it's still greater than 16 minus 9 being 7. We then multiply 2 to both sides, 2's cancel, and n is now by itself. It's still greater than 7 times 2 is 14. So let's graph it. 14 here, 15, 16, 17, and 13, 12, 11, and 10. Well, n is not equal to 14, so that means we have an open circle here at 14. n is greater than 14, which makes the arrow go to the right, and there we got it. Our graph matches our final answer, n is greater than 14. Negative 7, v plus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 79. Well, I want to get v by itself. First step in doing that is subtracting a 5 to both sides. This leaves me a negative 7v on the left, and it's greater than or equal to negative 79 minus 5 is a negative 84. So we're being multiplied by negative 7, opposite multiplication, division. Divide both sides by negative 7 here. Negative 7's cancel, and v is by itself. But remember, we divide by negative over the inequality, the sign flips. Greater than or equal to is less than or equal to. Negative 84 divided by negative 7 comes out to be a positive 12. So let's graph it. Let's put a 12 here, 13, 14, 15, and 11, 10, 9. Okay? V can equal 12, which means we have a closed circle right here at 12. V is less than 12, so the arrow goes to the left. And now we have a graph that matches our final answer, v is less than or equal to 12. n plus 3 over 2 is greater than a negative 2. First thing I want to do is multiply both sides by 2. 2's cancel on the left, giving me n plus 3 by itself. It's greater than, and negative 2 times 2 is a negative 4. So now we subtract a 3 to both sides, leaving us n completely by itself. It's still greater than, and negative 4 minus 3 is a negative 7. So let's graph it. Negative 7 here, and then we have negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, and negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. N is not equal to negative 7, so that means we have an open circle here at negative 7. N is greater than negative 7, so the arrow goes to the right. And there we have it. Our graph matches our final answer. N is greater than negative 7. 4 is greater than a plus 1 over 2. First thing I want to do is multiply 2 to both sides. 2's cancel on the right, giving me a plus 1 by itself on the right. 2 times 4 is 8. Now we subtract 1 to both sides, and we get 7 is greater than a. I like to rewrite this so a is written first. So 7 being greater than a is the same thing as a is less than 7. So let's graph this. Put a 7 here. I've got 8, 9, 10, and 6, 5, 4. Well, a is less than 7, not equal to. So open circle at 7. A is less than 7, so the arrow goes to the left. And there we have it. Our graph matches our final answer of a is less than 7. Negative 2 plus x over 2 is greater than 6. Well, the first thing I want to do is add a 2 to both sides. The 2's cancel here, leaving me x over 2 by itself on the left. Still greater than, and 6 plus 2 is 8. Now if I multiply 2 to both sides, 2's cancel again, and x is now by itself, still greater than, and 8 times 2 is 16. So it's 16 here, and so a is greater than 6, or x is greater than 16 is our answer, so let's graph it. Put a 16 here, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and 15, 14, 13, 12. Well, x is greater than 16, so that's an open circle at 16. Not equal to, right? If it's greater, or just greater than, right? If it's greater than, the arrow goes to the right as well, and there we have it. Our graph matches our final answer. X is greater than 16.
Now try to answer the following questions. Example 1. Solve the inequality. X over 3 plus 2 more than or equal negative 4. First step. Subtract 2 from both sides. Remove positive 2 with negative 2. Then x over 3 more than or equal negative 6. Second step. Multiply 3 to both sides. Remove 3 with 3. Then x more than or equal negative 18. Example 2. Negative 2x over 3 less than 4. First step. Multiply 3 by both sides. Step 2. Divide both sides by negative 2. And because we are dividing by a negative number, we must reverse the inequality sign. Then x more than or equal negative 6. Homework. Solve these inequalities and represent the solution on a number line.